he will heal you. Where is my character sheet? He casts Cure Wounds on you. So he places his hand upon you and he says, by the grace of the Divine Lord, I still need to name this god. By the grace of our Lord, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy blah 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 blah. You are healed! And he heals you 4 plus 7 health, yeah. Heals you up to full.
I thank you. Please try to keep up with battles in future.
He's like absolutely completely weighed down in chain armor. He's like, yep, okay.
Face all red, sweating.
Whilst you guys heal, I move up.
I check the bodies for any short blades or daggers because I'm into my second dagger.
You see it's only their shit scimitars, whatever. They're not any better than your swords. They don't carry any other things on them. They have bows, but the arrows are brittle and you don't think they could handle being fired by an actual decent bow, unfortunately.
Okay. I cry.
Right, so...
Have you used any actual proper spells yet, Adam?
I just did one. I just did a nice shield, which didn't work. The gold had a magic knife.
I suggest we take camp. We make a camp.
You're gonna make camp right outside the cave, are you?
I'd say we make camp where they had camp, because
I think first I will move up to the start of the cave and investigate.
Right.
See if I can spot anything ahead.
What you do...
I will go with...
I'll say we pitch a fire in their place.
What you can see from the current point, if you're just in that bit there, you can see that the main passage from the cave mouth, it climbs steeply upward. The stream, it plunges and splashes down on the west side, but there's the path leading up on the east. In the shadows, a side passage up here leads west. Across the other side of the stream, you can't really see it. And literally right in front of you to your right, there's another passage leading east. But currently you cannot actually see down it without moving in further.
I'm moving further.
Just inside the cave mouth, a few uneven stone steps here in front of you lead up to a small dank chamber on the east side of the passage. It narrows to a fissure on the far end and is filled with the absolute stench of animals. You can hear savage snarling, the sounds of rattling chains, where you see 3 wolves chained up just inside the opening. Each wolf's chain leads to an iron rod driven into the base of a stalagmite, you know, one of the rock sticky things up from the ground. As they spot you, they're snarling and really not particularly happy to see you. You realise they can't actually reach you from where they are. If you were to sort of head into the room, they would not be very happy about it.
I walk back through the cave mouth and I call, Wood Elf, you're good with animals, aren't you? We have a task for you up ahead.
Ugh, fine. What needs to be done?
Oh, you will see.
Doggy!
Doggos. Karen walks in and gets mauled to death.
Okay, animal husbandry.
Animal handling.
Animal handling, which is +4.
So what are you... hang on, what are you attempting to do?
I want them to be my friend. I think I may have just annoyed them slightly.
What do you roll? A...
Have you got to be close enough to do this?
Well, he's just on the sort of halfway up the steps. You can see them. But your attempts... well, your attempts... they just piss off the wolves even more. They're snarling. They're now trying to pull against their chains that are driven into the ground. Whatever you try to do. What did you try to do? I'd like to hear it.
I walked up to them and it went...
You walked up to them?
Well,
I need to...
I walked up to them.
I walked to the steps and saw in that 3 wolves were tied to the wall.
Yeah,
so I went, boo, boo, and they got really annoyed.
Yeah, they started snarling and snapping at you.
Sethian?
Yes.
They're Yeah, no, they're rabid. I think you should just put them out of their misery, and we can eat something nice for dinner tonight.
You want to eat wolf?
Nothing's nicer than rabid wolf meat.
Oh yeah. Well, you want to eat salted pork?
I suppose we don't know if they're rabid,
It's not for you. It's my salted pork.
and we don't know. We don't know he has that.
With me, so I'm good.
I don't want to eat my rations just yet. We ain't saving these guys.
So then, I think I know what I'm going to do. So Fion walks up, still in a safe distance, but at the mouth of this cave. I will now cast Burning Hands inside the small cavern.
Haven't you got to touch them for that?
No, it's a cone.
No, it's a cone.
But before I do, quickly, I say, Theron, you may want to step back.
So that's your second spell.
I'm going to step back into the water, so if I catch fire, I can dive.
It's in front of me, you're fine.
He's gonna burn the dogs. Maybe we're the bad guys.
It's a 15-foot cone in front of me, it hits, so I need to be down here.
Yeah. Before you do that, roll initiative.
In character at the fire. At Brognac. What do you think of Theron?
That elf has much to learn in the way of war.
I agree.
His love for the woods will be his downfall.
What's your story anyways? What's in it for you?
I'm seeking redemption.
Redemption?
Decide what
I run screaming back to camp with with trousers full of poop, in terror, as I tell everyone at camp what's going on. Holy fuck! So you know those dogs, right? They ain't good.
Fuck, it's Sunday.
I mean, I wanted to, I wanted to be my friend.
Corin says,
Work out.
Corin says, calm down, Theron, what are you talking about? What dogs? What friends? What are you talking about? You're
Right.
not making any sense.
3 rabid wolves in the cave. Tried to be my friend. I tried to, save them. They didn't like me. And
And
now we're going to try and
you
cook them.
left Sethian alone in a cave with 3 rabid wolves.
They're chained to a wall. They're still rabid wolves. He's fine.
Brognac, it's your turn.
I do a deep sigh, just wanting to rest by a campfire, and pick up my great axe and start to move towards the cave.
Can you
So,
still use the limited moves at this point? Because I'm not in combat, or?
Uh,
Or we are
technically
in-
we're about to be in combat, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Go on then, Sethian, your turn.
As I'm chanting the incantation for my spell, I turn around to see if the elf is still looking, and I realise I'm alone. I then stop my spell. And can I roll a check on how strong the restraints are on the wolves?
You can see that they're still struggling against it. They haven't
Loosen them.
loosened it yet, but they are trying their utmost. They're yanking themselves against the chain, snarling, growling, snapping at you. They obviously want to eat you, but no, their rod is still driven.
Seeing that I'm now alone in the room, I step back outside and see good old Brognac and go, I thought I was alone in there, thank goodness. Perhaps we should, would you like to watch a fireworks display?
So much for making camp, eh?
Oh, my friend, we shall eat well, don't worry. And since I've not moved my full distance, from here I will now cast a single firebolt at the wolf in the middle.
I like the fact that he was clever enough to not move back far enough to then be able to attack.
Go ahead.
It misses.
What do you get? A 5 plus
Plus 5, 10.
10. Yeah.
Closed his eyes.
Misses. Flies past the wolf. The wolf sort of ducks down low and then starts barking at you. And is not happy. It is Kathleen's turn.
Twitch was like, what was that fucking noise?
Wait, what was that?
You just hear a, damn it!
I remain uninterested for the time being, not saying as it as a threat, and eat some fucking pork chop.
So that's going to be your entire turn, yeah?
Yep.
Yep, that's everyone.
Eat.
Wolves are still yanking against the chain, nothing yet so far. Corin's turn. He sort of is like, what the hell's going on? So he trundles up. That's all he can do.
Not very far.
Not very far. And then back to Theron, who has run back. Everyone's run past him, trying to see what's going on in the cave.
Well, I'm still screaming.
At who? What, Kathleen? Or the people
No,
that are walking past you?
I'm just in fear at this time. Like, they've just nearly...
Are you secretly scared of
idea.
animals?
I've got no idea what's going on, because as far as I'm aware, Sethian was going to set them on fire, but they
And
barked
missed.
at me, and I've shat myself. I don't even know that he's missed. So, I hear the explosion, and I think... I calm down a bit, I think, oh, at least there's food. So I trudge up, not knowing what's going on, really, to about here to investigate, if I can move that fast. 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, yeah. And I can move again, because I've got 35 feet. So I move to there, because I don't know what's going on.
Right, so you can see...
The wolves are unharmed thus far.
I can see that none of them are hurt. There's a bit of
There's a school.
Glassy
scorch
burnt
mark on
rock.
them. Yeah.
And I just start screaming again. And I'm in a panic. I'm going to fire my longbow just at any of the wolves.
Didn't you move 35 feet though?
I decided against it and just did 30.
It's still over
More than
half.
half.
So.
Yeah.
Okay, then I move 35 feet then. And I'm here just screaming at this point now.
He says, ah!
And I might do a... Never mind, I'm just screaming at the wolves.
Brognak, your turn then.
I'm in a bit of a pickle here, I won't lie to you, because I was going to move here.
He can just...
You can stack, Leo said.
yeah, if I just go
That's-
here just for...
That's
Surely-
three squares. And I'm going to throw a javelin at the wolf directly like in front of me, so the
Yeah.
one parallel with me. So top right wolf. Top middle.
Yep.
Top, yeah.
Yep, top.
So it's 1d20 plus 5.
The javelin embeds itself into the wall behind the wolf. It starts barking extreme loudly. You yanking at its chain. Not happy, but it still doesn't. It doesn't really do anything else. It's now back to Kathleen's turn. I think no, it
Yeah,
isn't. It's you, Sethian.
Oh, for goodness sake! I will deal with these wolves.
He says after missing.
I get back where I was originally, and I will cast Burning Hands.
Ah, back to the original plan.
Roll 3d6. Meh.
9 damage. Okay. I need to roll some checks. What is the 13? Do they need to get?
13, yeah.
1 fails, 1 passes, and 2 fails. The middle one manages to just sort of lie down low enough, belly on the floor, to dodge the worst of the flames. But the 2 on either side don't really have the movement to move out the way, and they get blasted with it. So 2 on in the middle. No, the one in the middle passes it, so he takes half damage. Half of 9. I think we...
You round down, I reckon.
round down, yeah.
See, I did all the research. I'm an intelligence 15.
Takes 4 damage. Alright, okie doke. So the 2, they all go up in flames, basically. Their furs charring, and they howl in pain and anger, and they are all staring at you. They are not happy, but they also are extremely hurt. It is now, once again, Kathleen's turn. You're back in the camp, chewing on some pork, minding your own business.
Pork.
Are you just going to continue doing that?
You just heard a loud inferno sound.
Yeah,
With the smell of burning
flame
fur.
and howls of wolves.
Okay. Can I move and do a perception check, or has it got to be a perception check?
No, you can move up and then do a check, yeah.
I will go up to here and do a perception check just to look for tracks.
The tracks.
Again.
That is definitely the back of Sapphire's head.
Because are we still looking for the two people
Right.
dragged away? Because I'm still uninterested because they're chained up.
Well, you can tell. It's quite hard to tell because really all this is just rocks, and it looks like loads of goblins move through here.
Really regularly used.
Yeah, it's quite clearly sort of their main encampment of sorts. You might be able to guess that perhaps the most heavy movement sort of moves up further along this path and not into the chamber that you go. That seems to be mainly for the wolves. But you'd need to sort of figure out the sort of path ends at the river up sort of at the limit of your vision. So you don't you don't really know whether it goes across the river or up, but definitely though that channel up north is where the most movement happens.
So I can't see, but I know it goes up. And
Yeah, there's definitely it goes deeper, but with that, and after the vicious roasting that the dogs got, the 3 hot dogs then move to yank themselves forward, and their chains, their poles begin to come loose a little bit. The iron rods sort of yank slightly out of the ground in their sheer fury, as well as a bit of fear. They don't want to be toasted alive, so they are desperately trying to get out. But now they are quite loose, so it's quite obvious you need to do something about it before they get loose. But that is all the wolves do so far. So it is now your turn again, Theron.
I'm screaming, so it's not as if I can really. I can't just turn around and be like, just do something serious. I'll tell you what. I might just fire an arrow blindly.
Blindly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm scared. Like I'm screaming at the moment.
So you're just
I'm
going
not
to stick your arms around the corner, not looking. Just
I know,
fire into
I'm-
the room. Or...
I can see. Like I'm. I know. I could be about there, can't I? I'll move there, and then I'm still not in range. Yeah, so I'm terrified, but I want to deal with this situation because I want to prove to people that I'm not just a scaredy cat when it comes to when things fail. So I'm going to hit any of the wolves. I don't have a particular preference because I'm in fear.
I will need you to pick at least a general direction.
The middle one,
Okay.
because then it might sway to the left or right.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Give us a roll.
You're the worst.
+5, 8.
Hey, it still doesn't really do much, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
You shoot blindly, you shoot way too high because you weren't really... You was a bit panicky when you were shooting it. Goes right up into the ceiling. Sticks there.
Flame bolt, a javelin, and an arrow in the ceiling.
Yeah, so that's... That
Yeah.
won't do much. Brognak!
I decided enough is enough, and I'm just going to charge in with my axe. The middle one.
That's in character. Go ahead, sport.
Gonna
13.
chop at a 13. Yep, that hits at the middle wolf.
He's already taken a hit as well, hasn't
We want
He's the one who dodged.
1d12
My
plus
he?
5.
He dodged.
16.
Brognak brings his great axe down across the dog and puts it out of its middle. Puts the dog down. Just with a final yelp, the wolf falls to the floor. The other wolves aren't happy. They instantly turn, snap their heads around.
Am I able to initiate a bonus action? Or have I moved too far?
Barely moved.
No, you only moved like 5 foot, didn't you?
Hmm.
What is your bonus action?
I was going to activate Rage.
Yeah, go ahead.
He's always so angry.
Right, now after this, I demand that we set up camp. So I need my rage back.
Yeah. Look at him.
Yeah, look what you've done.
Are those two wolves able to attack me from diagonals?
Yes.
You're about to find out.
I was about to get his dick munched off.
But it is luckily Sethian's turn.
Not willing to be outdone, I charge to the left of my dear friend Brugnac and see that the wolf is covered in metal and its chains. Therefore, waiting for the perfect time to strike, I will cast Shocking Grasp on the wolf, hoping to electrify its metal stuff.
Zap yourself.
There's a possibility to go very, very wrong.
Oh yes! 1d20 plus 5. Oh, 23. It hits.
It definitely hits.
You just got a balloon out
Give
your back
us
pocket and rubbed it on your head.
1d8.
Oh, 1d8. 7.
Yep, you zap that wolf. It cries pitifully as it goes up in a second type of flame from electricity. Sparks rip it apart from the inside. It drops to the floor, dead.
We'll be eating well tonight, friends.
Are they? Look what I drew the cat. Left to the right.
Right, the final wolf is in range of Brugnac, and it attempts to latch its jaws around the poor half-orc and give it a good old bite. But it misses because it's in so much pain, it sort of just snaps but can't quite reach. It's too distressed over the death of its two pack mates, so it misses.
This is really sad.
And then it is Kathleen's turn.
I'm sorry, Kathleen, do you want to eat or not?
I decide this is clearly going very well for everybody involved, and I go back to the camp.
It is Corin's turn. He hesitates now, seeing Kathleen go back, and thinks maybe something's wrong, so goes back to say, "Oh, what's up?" and sort of trudges back. The wolf, however, the final wolf breaks free, finally resisting for so long, and just tries to jump on, but it doesn't move yet. By the way, but it does break through. The rod finally bends and snaps. This last wolf is free, but it is Theron's turn.
In a panicky kind of last-ditch attempt to stop my friends from being munched, I'm going to see if it could be my friend again. Animal handling.
I don't think it is time.
Okay, give us a roll.
Gonna try and be friends with a.
14.
No,
Burn.
It's
no,
already
it's not
stinted.
listening. It only wants to kill Brugnac.
Damn.
It's not even paying attention to you. Talking of Brugnac, your turn.
Well, I was to hit it from this angle.
Yeah, because it's like,
Actually, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to.
oh god, what have I
Oh
done?
god,
Help.
the wolf can do magic.
I'm going to retreat. One's going to throw a javelin.
Okay.
He looks straight up and shoves it in the ceiling.
The wolf, now free of its chain, deftly leaps out the way of the javelin as it can see you pulling it back. It's prepared for that, and it jumps out the way of it.
Everything you've got, mate.
But
Might
it
as well
is-
just put down.
But it is Sethian's turn.
I'll finish the job I started. I will cast Firebolt. It hits.
It hits.
7 damage.
How much?
7 damage.
7 damage. The fireball hits and just flops to the floor. Blick.
I was never in any doubt of my abilities, friends.
Wolf howls once and drops. Congratulations, you've killed 3 pet puppies of the goblins.
Took
We-
your fucking time.
We really fucked that
Eventually.
Just
You can go. Yeah, there's still 2 javelins stuck in the walls. The arrow's probably out of your reach unless you want to try and jump for it. And something else was thrown, or was it just spells?
It was my fireball.
So I get 50% of my ammo back, and
Yeah,
I
you
search
collect
the
one
other.
of the javelin, the one that hit the second one that hit the wall, shattered it in half when it hit the wall. But the first one, you think you can
Okay.
just yank out of the ceiling. And when you do go over and do that, because I imagine it would be sort of where this middle wall fell, sort of at that point, you can see on the eastern side that there is kind of a fissure in the narrow opening in the east wall. Kind of looks like a natural chimney going up 30 feet, sort of at the eastern end there. It's really narrow. And at the base of the fissure, it looks like rubbish has been discarded through it from whatever lies above. Like, just waste that the goblins have probably been thrown down there. And
Right,
that's what's
okay.
at the eastern hall, along with all this rubble.
Right.
Are
Well,
we able to scavenge the walls for meat?
I mean, yeah, sure. Yes, so.
Let's make some meat from the walls. Nom 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 nom.
Are you going to bring the walls back, yeah?
Yeah.
Camp. Right, pop them on there. There we go.
We will now eat well.
I
Right.
need something to calm my nerves because I'm still absolutely.
You're still in the cave, just sitting there.
I am gassed up, so I'm going to go over here and use my herbalism kit to see if I can make me like a cup of tea to calm myself down.
Gotta try and find the adequate supplies, don't you?
Oh, yeah, go on. You also do that. You know your way around the forest.
Cool. So, would that get any kind of benefits or cup of tea?
No, it's just more of just a roleplay thing at the moment. But we are taking a... How long are we resting for?
How long do I need to rest to get my spells back?
A long rest.
I'll take a long rest to get my spells back.
Okay, so...
Well, Adam, me and you can do 4.
Shall we take it in turns, Theron, so we're not unguarded?
That's a
Yeah,
good
you
idea.
sleep first. I'm making a cup of tea,
And then wake me up after 4 hours and I will exchange point.
of course, and I'll leave a hot one for you.
Cheers, bro. I mean, thank you, Theron. Whilst we're here at the campfire. So, Colin, is it? I can't remember your name, I apologize.
Corin Thunderbrew, indeed. At your service.
Is there any more you can tell us about this job we're on?
I'm afraid I know as much as you do, really. I've just been recruited by my cousin, Gundren, who just said really what he said to you, that he found something big.
What about you, Brugnac? Why did you take this job anyway?
I'm gonna come over here because I can hear conversation.
Come, Brugnac, surely there's some reason you went on this quest? Some sense of glory, perhaps? You can tell us.
I seek no glory, no fame, no riches. I seek vengeance and redemption for my actions.
Redemption through a quest to help some dwarves?
Rockseeker has information on an enemy of mine. I was once a soldier under the King's army. One day I refused to follow orders and was unfortunately kicked out and disgraced.
Well,
The captain, unfortunately, as a result, ruined my home and killed my wife and child. I've been through every town in every direction from Neverwinter, and I cannot find him.
well,
Been in arenas, sold as a slave, and was locked up until Rockseeker freed me.
it seems you're a more complicated character than I once thought. Maybe if we do find this enemy of yours on our quest, you would allow me to burn his house down?
I will kill any man that touches him other than myself.
Of course you can have the man, I would just take some pleasure in enjoying his things burn.
Corin says you really like burning things, don't you, Sethian?
I'm good at fire magic. And it's justice. He deserves it, does he not?
I think that justice is for the gods to decide, not us.
Oh, come now, dwarf. If the gods decided justice, would you call that justice? Look at our poor friend here. He's hardly had a... What god gave him this life of pain?
I have faith in my God, and I trust that he will guide my actions and guide the actions of all those. God works in very mysterious ways, and sometimes we cannot exactly see the path that he has laid out for us, but that does not mean he is not leading us on a path that will better our lives and lead us to spiritual enlightenment, I believe.
I'm sure your god's real proud of you ever seeing the death of 3 chained animals.
They were very unfortunate deaths, but they have served us. They have served my God. They are feeding us right now. They died so that we may find nourishment, and the faithful are reinvigorated with the flesh of the fallen, and there is no better way to show piety than to sacrifice one's own life for the faithful. What can I say?
I lean towards Farron and whisper in Elvish, "Get a load of this guy."
I whisper back in Elvish. Not gonna lie, this guy gives me the creeps.
I say back, "The dwarf? Why?" Still in Elvish.
I whisper back in Elvish, and I just say, something about him doesn't seem right to me.
Corin says in Elvish, "What is it that it doesn't seem right to you about me?" He looks over.
I whisper to Farron in Dwarvish, "I think he understands Elven."
I whisper back in Orc, and I say, help me, big guy.
I roll over and go to sleep, bored of the conversation.
Yeah, Corin's pretty pissed off by that. It's probably, if we're taking a long rest, it's actually not a bad point to finish it for tonight.
I want to point out that we did leave all of those supplies just chilling, and now we're all going to sleep for 8 hours.
We wouldn't get paid for them anyway.
No?
Assuming our dwarven employee.
Maybe I'll clarify that. Maybe I didn't explain that properly. They're not for Gundren. Gundren gave you the job to deliver his supplies to the... he gave you the task to bring these supplies to Phandalin.
Alright.
Well, I think we can agree the dwarf will be more grateful we save his hide.
I'd say he should be more grateful that we've kept his cousin alive.
I'm right.
As long as I get my information, money matters not.
If it's still there, we can sell the cart, keep the stuff, go find the information, and sod off anyway.
This is my burden, my guilt to redeem.